So I was recently feeling like really depressed, like last day, and then I was depressed today too, like very suicidal stuff. Suicidal. You can tell I'm not suicidal right now. It's just like I'm perky. And whether that's like a mood disorder or whatever is kind of like, But I was thinking, oh, it's fucking irritating that at first I'm very moody and depressed and I don't like anything and I want to die. And then I'm I'm not totally changed, of course, right? I'm making a video in a car. So, that's already a bad portent, right? But, so, I was thinking about it and trying to find the answer, right? But then I kind of metacognitioned, and I was like, well, in the first place, let's look at this. The fact that it's hard to find the answer might be the answer, because so look at it like this: there's formal incompetence and there's informal incompetence. And formal incompetence is like a type of incompetence where you don't know how to put things together. Informal incompetence is just not knowing certain facts, ignorance, oh, I didn't know that. And so I figured I used to be like a more incompetent person, but then as I became more incompetent, I became more and more unhappy. Although I've always been somewhat depressed, but it's a certain ability to ignore it that I've lost over the years. And of course, ignoring it isn't all good, but you have to be able to somewhat ignore. Of course, you have to change stuff for the better, but hyper focusing isn't gonna fix anything. So yeah, making a guy in a car video, and I thought of that sort of thing, and I don't know. This links into a bunch of stuff, economic, social, regarding my life, and the sort of perceived helplessness, futility, all that other stuff of it. But at a certain point, you find out, oh shit, that my situation is really dog shit. But then at a certain point, you can also be who cares? Or it's a process. It never reaches a final step, I guess. So that'll be the next YouTube video. Aha. Oh, it's so complicated. Come, my lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly, pretty tasty. Come, my lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly, pretty tasty. So, I don't know how I'm gonna upload this to YouTube because, I blocked YouTube on my phone. I don't know. Yesterday, I was thinking of, driving to California and becoming a homeless person. Not on some clout shit, because, I feel like that's, the homeless people who do it just to stun on people and be like, oh, I'm independent. Though, that's another lifestyle, I guess, or whatever. A bit disrespectful, or possibly to, people who are homeless because of, going insane, or the death of a loved one, or losing their job and their car and their home. Kind of insensitive to people who drug addicts, to just be yo, I'm a hippie and I'm homeless because I'm salt of the earth type. but you know, you do you, I guess. Like, I guess, you know, you could say from a certain perspective, it's good that, you know, you're not taking a home from someone who's like, why am I on this tangent? Fucking. So anyway, gotta check my surroundings so I don't die in a car crash. Woohoo, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'll stay like this. Well, I know for certain I'll probably not be like this and I'll go into another depressive mood. But I mean, when I go into that depressive mood, it's also likely that I'll come out of the depressive mood. And will I still be like this? If I'm like this, you know, I don't feel so bad, right? And so, like, I don't know how to, like, contextualize that into a thing. This is such a bad pedestrian crossing because it's just in the middle of an exit where the cars are just like, I want to get the fuck up there, right? Oh god, this is such a disgusting thing I'm doing, filming a video while I'm driving. It's so bad for the focus. Not really that bad for the focus. Better than texting and driving. Well, the thing is, I imagine Josh Feuerstein and people like him are kind of like, you know, they do it for, they do it while just like sitting in their car so that they can like scream and stuff because they have like families. And their families are like, yo, you're kind of fucking weird. And so they're like, fine, I'll do my fucking video in my fucking car. Which is like, freedom. Freedom's good. You know, and like, here's what kind of my depressive mood might center on is kind of my like fake affect, where I'm like, when I'm really depressed, I was sort of like, yeah, this is genuine. It doesn't really matter that it's genuine, you know, because it still fucking sucks. But then when I'm not depressed, I'm like, is this genuine behavior, or am I just being like fake or some shit? I don't know. In the first place, you'd ask like, why are those thoughts even occurring? And that's like a way that this like formal competence gets in your way, because you're like, you're thinking this shit, but you're not thinking, does it fucking matter? You're not thinking that, but it really does fucking feel like it fucking matters, because not a lot else feels like it fucking matters, you know? And so then slowly I move from this sort of like base, you know, fine contentment to just like self-despising sort of thoughts that are just kind of like, you know, you gotta cut and then you like rub salt in it and maggots and worms and just get like some sort of pencil and like stab it and like put it in and kind of like look at the flesh and the tissue and kind of like make it like squirm and like sort of like mash it till it's all bloody. Depression. And then I'm also self-conscious, you know, it's all self-consciousness, I guess. It's all, is this the person I want to be? Which, is that even helpful to think that way? It's the constant self-editing bullshit. Fuck, God, fuck. But it doesn't matter if it's actually helpful, because that's the core. Or not the core, but it's the only thing driving. It's the most interesting, because even if I am kind of like, you know, not currently spiraling, it's still, there's no other thing to like do besides like shit, you know, besides nothing. And then from nothing you move, I move inevitably toward just kind of like bad shit, really bad shit, really fucking bad shit. And I feel like, you know, probably people might think I'm like kind of exaggerating or some shit, which is, it's like at the end of the day, right? You know, thoughts can't do things to you. Thoughts don't have an inherent power on you. You can't measure how fucking like affected you are by your thoughts, or like by things you say, like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. That's why you can't really like do something to like make a you know, and you can't make it all sure. You can't make it all like logical and fuck. But I shouldn't do that. Yeah, I'll just do It's very warm in this car. But so shit. Then like maybe people don't think I'm exaggerating, but there could be people who think I'm exaggerating, probably. But then my thinking people think I'm exaggerating is me just thinking that about what I think, and that shit, fuck. And it I don't know. Anyway, I gotta find a way to like upload this to YouTube, because I banned YouTube on my phone. I guess it's better to like have nothing to waste your time on, rather than waste your time and avoid your problems. And I'm still avoiding my problems, but I just have less stuff to do to avoid them. And I don't even know what my fucking problems are, you know. I just know, like, objectively I have certain problems, but, you know, I see some, like, vague way that they correlate with, like, you know, a way I could, like, solve them and improve my life and shit. But then I don't really actually see the connection between the two. I don't see anything for like how it like actually fucking matters with like money and shit, or like, you know. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I still have all that negativity. It's just not at the fore. I still have it. It's all negative. It's nothing positive. It's nothing warm. Everything cold. A cold and well lit place.